What if the voice in your head is not telling you the truth? What if your brain has been lying to you every single day? Not with words you can easily catch, not with something obvious, but quietly, constantly, in ways that feel completely real. It tells you that you're not enough, that you're behind, that other people have it all figured out, that you will probably fail, that if you try, you'll embarrass yourself, that if you stop, you'll fall apart. And after a while, you stop questioning those thoughts. You start believing them. That is how the brain traps you. Because your brain is not always trying to show you reality. A lot of the time, it is trying to protect you. But the problem is, protection and truth are not the same thing. Your brain would rather make you anxious than let you feel unprepared. It would rather make you overthink than let you feel out of control. It would rather keep you small, careful, and afraid than risk pain, failure, or rejection. So it creates stories. Stories about what might go wrong. Stories about what people think of you. Stories about why you shouldn't start yet. Stories about why you're probably not ready. And the worst part is, those stories do not sound like lies. They sound like you. They sound like your own voice, your own logic, your own conclusions. That is why they are so dangerous. Because when a lie sounds like your own mind, you do not fight it. You obey it. You hesitate. You delay. You stay quiet. You hold yourself back. You call it being realistic. But sometimes, what you call realism is just fear wearing the mask of intelligence. Your brain says, don't do it. You'll fail. Don't speak. You'll sound stupid. Don't trust them. You'll get hurt. Don't start now. You're not ready. And if you hear that long enough, you begin to live inside a reality that was built by fear, not truth. You think you're seeing clearly, but you're not. You're seeing through a nervous system that has been trained to expect danger. That is why one small mistake can feel like proof that you are not good enough. That is why one rejection can feel like the end of everything. That is why one awkward moment can replay in your head for days. Your brain is not measuring reality. It is magnifying threat. And when that happens every day, you begin to shrink. You stop taking risks. You stop saying what you really think. You stop moving toward the life you actually want. Not because you do not care, but because your own mind has convinced you that safety matters more than freedom. And maybe that is where so many people get stuck. They think the problem is their personality, their discipline, their confidence, their talent. But sometimes, the real problem is much quieter than that. Sometimes the problem is that they believe every thought their brain gives them. Not every thought deserves trust. Not every fear is a warning. Not every doubt is wisdom. Not every mental voice is telling the truth. Sometimes your brain is just repeating old pain, old fear, old conditioning, old survival patterns. And if you never question it, you will keep calling those patterns your personality. That is how people lose years of their lives. Not because they were weak, not because they were lazy, not because they were broken, but because they kept listening to a mind that only knew how to survive, not how to live. Real change begins when you stop believing that every thought is a fact. When you pause and ask yourself, is this true? Or is this fear? Is this reality? Or is this my brain trying to keep me small again? Because the moment you start questioning the voice, you stop being controlled by it. And maybe that is the beginning of taking your life back. Your brain can lie to you, but you do not have to keep living inside those lies. If this video hit home, subscribe. Here, we talk about what is really happening inside the human mind.